On a sun-scorched hillside in the eastern Mediterranean, a gnarled tree stands where its ancestors stood thousands of years ago. Its silver leaves catch the wind, and beneath them hang the small green fruits that have shaped the diet, the trade, and the imagination of human civilization. The olive is among the oldest cultivated trees on Earth, and its story begins long before the first written word. Wild olives grew across the Mediterranean basin for hundreds of thousands of years, but somewhere around 6,000 years ago, in the lands that are now Syria, Turkey, and Israel, people began to tend them on purpose. They learned to graft cuttings from the most fruitful trees, and in doing so they transformed a bitter wild berry into one of the foundations of the ancient world. From those first orchards, the olive spread westward with traders and settlers. Phoenician ships carried saplings to Greece, to North Africa, to Spain. The Greeks made the tree sacred. They told of the goddess Athena, who gave the city of Athens an olive tree as her gift, and the people chose her gift above all others. To them, the olive meant peace, victory, and light. Olive oil anointed kings and athletes, fueled the lamps of temples, and crowned the winners of the earliest games. To grow an olive tree is an exercise in patience. A young tree planted today may yield little for the first 5 years, and it may not reach full harvest for 15 or 20. But once established, an olive can live for centuries. Some trees still bearing fruit today were already old when the Roman Empire ruled the sea. The tree asks for little. It thrives in poor, rocky soil where other crops would fail, and it endures long months of summer drought, drawing on roots that reach deep into the cracked earth. Its enemy is not heat but hard frost, and so it keeps to the warm belt of the world. Through spring the trees flower in small clusters of pale blossoms, and most of them fall, for only a fraction will ever become fruit. Through the long summer the olives swell and slowly darken, turning from green to purple to near black as they ripen into autumn. Harvest is the heart of the year. For most of history, and in many groves still, it is done by hand. Nets are spread across the ground beneath the branches, and workers comb the fruit loose with rakes or beat the limbs gently with poles. The olives rain down onto the nets and are gathered into baskets while the air fills with the dusty, green scent of the grove. Speed matters, for the fruit must be pressed soon after picking, before it can spoil. At the mill, the olives are crushed, pit and all, into a thick paste. That paste is pressed, and from it flows the oil that has been called liquid gold since antiquity. The finest, taken from the first cold pressing, is extra virgin olive oil, prized for its flavor and its keeping. The fruit itself is too bitter to eat straight from the branch. It must be cured in brine, in salt, or in water for weeks or months before it becomes the table olive known on every continent. Today, the olive remains a giant of agriculture. Across the Mediterranean and beyond, more than 10 million tons of olives are harvested each year, and the world tends close to 1 billion trees. Spain leads all nations, followed by Italy, Greece, and Tunisia, but the tree has traveled far from its homeland. It now grows in California, in Australia, in Argentina, and in the hills of Chile, carried by the same human hunger for its oil that moved it across the ancient sea. Modern groves stretch in vast irrigated rows, harvested by machines that shake the fruit free in seconds. Yet alongside them the old trees endure, tended by families who have kept them for generations. Their twisted trunks a living record of every drought and every harvest they have survived. In the olive we see a rare thing, a crop that feeds us and outlives us, that ties the farmer of today to hands that worked the same soil 4,000 years ago. It is a tree of memory, rooted in stone, patient beyond a human lifetime, still giving its fruit to a world it has fed since the dawn of history.